the thing about job applications is they are. Let me answer that again. The problem with bull markets is people think, oh, well, it's a bull market. I can't make any good hires. The problem is the market. The problem is not the market. Yes, the market is going to make things harder regardless of how good you are, how good your strategy is. But fundamentally, what the bull market does is it exposes bad strategies and weak strategies. If you look at things on a commercial level, in any sort of revenue generating business, it's easier to generate revenue when the market is good. It's much tougher when the market's bad. And if you get a big enough boom, any idiot can have a successful revenue generating business. The real test is when the down market comes, who survives and thrives in a down market. That's what really tells you who's good at what they do. Hiring, it kind of works the opposite way because the demand is for hiring is strongest when the market's up. So in a down market, it's theoretically much easier to hire because of the supply and demand. So when you use strategies like posting job adverts, and depending on the type of recruiters you're using, it can be using recruitment agencies as well. Those are strategies which work much better when the supply of candidates exceeds the demand. If you post a job ad, it's inherently reactive. People that are looking for a job look at job ads. When the market's hot, there's less people that need to look at job ads. So your results are going to be very market dependent. And I would say, given that the niche area in which we operate and the fact that people who are really good at what they do will rarely ever need to look at job adverts, even when the market's bad, but more so when the market's bad, it's an unsustainable strategy that sometimes can work when the market's down because there's enough excess supply that it will still work. So if you're finding that 6 months ago you could do these things and that worked for you, well, now maybe it's time to consider a different strategy. Maybe it's time to think about, you know what, we can't rely on job adverts anymore. Maybe that gives us some results, but that's not where we should be putting our eggs. And if you're finding the same thing with recruiting agencies, maybe it's time to look at the specifics of how those recruiting agencies operate. Because if they're doing the same thing, posting adverts and approaching people who are looking for work, they're going to get broadly the same results as the job adverts, which in this market, as you're seeing, is not good enough. What you need is a demand generation strategy where instead of finding candidates who are looking for work, you're creating additional candidates by getting the right people on the phone in a very targeted way, uncovering a reason for them to consider a move, and then positioning your opportunity as a solution for them. That works in any market, and that's what we do.